Kia ora, good evening and welcome to the Huddy Hui, episode 126, and we've got the brothers on tonight for the Huddy Hui to preview not only tomorrow's game up in Jerry Collins Stadium, Southland versus the Wellington Lions. Both these two are injured at the moment. Connor McLeod and Mitch McLeod joining us, the two brothers hailing from the Hawke's Bay, but two different teams. Welcome to the Hui tonight, gentlemen. We'll start with you, Connor. You haven't played yet for the Stags this season. How's your injury coming along and what happened?
Cheers, Brad. Thanks for having us on. I'm down in the deep south, just doing a bit of rehab. Did my ACL, so it's a pretty long road, so 5 months down. But it's getting there, It's good.
And Mitch, I just might get you to log back in. We're just having a bit of trouble with your audio, so if you could just log out and come back in, that'd be quite handy. We'll just talk to Connor for the time being. So, Connor, of course.
Rookie, eh?
Oh, there's always technical problems these days, aren't there? Younger brother, isn't it? So we're having a bit of
young fellas, mate.
Well, he's
a bit slow, eh? You've just got to take it easy on him.
Now, of course, we're talking about brotherly interest. You said you were joking off here before. You said it's the first time you heard from him for a while since he made the Lions.
Yeah, it's been a while. Almost, since the Lions, mate. Since he cracked it, he hasn't flicked me a message in a while. So it's good to see his face.
And tell us about,
he'll have a few things to say, I'm sure.
Tell us about down south at the moment. It's a nice, cool evening down there. We've got spring weather.
It's she's pretty chilly down here, that's for sure. It's good though, eh? Good bunch of boys. Good group this year. They're working pretty hard and excited for Wellington. Be a good test, eh?
It'll be a good test. They've known to be pretty close games over the years as well. You've also played for a few unions over the course of your career, Connor. Of course, you made your NPC debut with Otago. Tell us about that. Who was it against and what was the result?
It was first Wellington and it was a hiding. So that was my first taste of NPC. Pretty sure I dropped two balls over the line as well, so could have had a couple meat pies, but it was good fun. They got some good minutes, and it was always a dream to play for NPC, side there. So that was meant.
We've got Mitch back now. His sound appears to be working. Mitch, many thanks for coming on the Hui tonight. Your brother was saying you're pretty amateur when it comes to technology.
He's full of it.
Now, Mitch, of course, you've had a season to remember. You made your debut for the Wellington Lions against Auckland, who, of course, are near the bottom of the table. What was it like pulling on the Lions jersey for the first time?
Yeah, it was a pretty wicked, pretty cool experience. Bit of a shame the way it went in the end, just to clip a knee and get another head knock. But it was really cool and cool to follow in my brother's footsteps and my dad's as well.
You've had a few head knocks this year. We'll come back to the one in the Jubilee Cup semi-final. How are you tracking along in your recovery?
Yeah, good. Gone through all the return to play, so hopefully looking to get back out in the next couple of weeks.
And it looks like you've got a pretty impressive jersey display there in the background. One of those looks to be an Old Boys University jersey in the background there.
Yeah, and they got all the jerseys up. Old Boys, and I think there's the NZU's one that I played in the start of this year, and I think the Japanese one's up there too.
New Zealand universities you played for this year. Tell us about that experience. There was a few OBU guys in that team as well.
Yeah, and the OBU boys in there were carving up. It was a pretty cool experience. The NZU's is a lot of fun and some really talented players in there. So managed to get this. I got called in quite late, but then managed to get the start for that first game, and then got a bit of a head knock in that game after the first half. But no, it was wicked to play in the Canterbury Stadium and put on the black jersey. So.
Both of you growing up in the Hawke's Bay, tell us about the competition between the brothers.
Do you want the little brother's side or?
Oh, we'll start with the older brother side
oldest.
first.
Yeah, so there's four of us. So I'm the second oldest, and Mitch was the youngest. So it was awesome, mate. Love having brothers, and we had some good games in the backyard. 2v2. Pretty sure me and Mitch went on the same team most of the time, so we clashed heads a bit. Yeah, it's good fun, eh, Mitch?
Yeah. I don't know if I remember.
There's the only time I was bigger than him as well.
It's a bit different now if we play together.
Yeah, she's a bit different.
Now, of course, your father is a Hawke's Bay representative. Tell us about him and what he has passed on to both of you in your rugby careers.
You go first.
You can go first this time, Mitch.
Oh, yeah, no, he's Roscoe's. He's awesome, eh? He didn't really push us into rugby, but all of us played at some stage, and it's pretty cool. He was a magpie back in the day, and our uncle as well. So I guess naturally that's what you sort of move towards as a young fella. But yeah, he loves footy. Eh? He's always got it on the TV, and gives you the odd golden nugget now and then, especially with the goal kicking. So yeah, he's good to have. He's not too pushy though. He's pretty relaxed.
Now, Mitch,
I think
of course.
also,
sorry, Mitch. You
sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, it's also quite nice to have like a unbiased opinion when you come off the field, and maybe it is a little bit biased, but just a clear head to talk through your game and get some pointers as well. And he's always been really good at that. So
You're both old boys of St John's and Hastings. Tell us about both your times at St John's. We'll start with Mitch this time.
good old St John's. That was a lot of fun. It was a good school, and obviously followed in my brother's footsteps there. So I felt pretty comfortable going into high school and playing in the sports teams and such, and had a real good group of lads playing for the first 15 there. We did, yeah. It is a small school, so you do struggle a little bit, but you play some good games every now and then, and the boys pull it out. I think we had a game against St John's Hamilton on TV, and I don't think I've seen St John's play a better brand of rugby during that game. So you make a lot of good memories. It was a lot. Yeah.
Boys love the TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Turn it up a notch, when they get the moment on. Rugby.
No, I think Mum sent us here so our older brother didn't get bullied, but within the first week he got put up against the wall, so that went good. So me and Mitch didn't really get a choice. We just followed him. But it was a good school, eh? Like I had a great year group. Heaps of boys from my primary and intermediate went there, so awesome year group. We struggled a bit with rugby, but always good times, eh? It was playing with your best mates. And it was cool to see Chris Eaton on the What a Lad podcast the other week. He's a St John's old boys, so he's someone me and Cambo, the older brother, looked up to during our years. He's probably a bit closer to us than the younger fellas, but yeah, he's a good halfback out of St John's.
First 15 rugby at St John's College, as you mentioned, small school, you punch above your weight. Tell us about St John's being part of the Central North Islands competition. Is it sort of exposed rugby a bit more at the college, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's there's a bit more respect for the school and the competition they play. For me, I loved it, because you're playing against some really good schools: Francis Douglas, Wanganui Collegiate, St Paul's. So at times it was pretty tough because they've got some good players and they throw a bit of money around. But for me, I loved it because you're playing really good players every week. And yeah, Mitch, you played in that same compo.
Yeah, I think that's saving grace when you're in a small team. that you're still being able to challenge yourself and play against those good teams. I think it would have been pretty tough if St John's was just playing the local comp where it's um, average teams against average teams. Whereas CNI, you could really push yourself and keep skills.
Now, of course, also one of the things about St John's, it's a Marist school. There's that Marist Youth Leader program. I think, Connor, that's where I met you in 2015. I think you were part of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, back then. Tell us about what that's taught you in leaders as well.
Oh, probably just like the footy stuff. You meet some good people in those camps, and a few characters. Actually, quite a few rugby players on that camp. You probably remember Will Tucker. I linked up with him again earlier this year, so we used to talk about that quite a bit. But yeah, it's like a few leadership qualities, I guess. Find out a bit more about yourself, that sort of thing.
What about your time there, Mitch? So,
I thought it was good. It goes back a while now. My memory's not the greatest at the best of times. I think it just gets you comfortable being in that leadership position and sets you up a bit especially at high school with other leadership roles and stuff. But it's a lot of fun as well. Yeah, meet some cool people.
How did you find it, Brad?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was teacher at St Pat's Town at the time, and it was a great week. Particularly the kitchen staff there at Huddy Hui College. They did a sterling job, so I could feed you very well, don't they? So, but no, it was a great learning experience. So, let's go back to rugby. Connor, of course, you had the opportunity to play for Hawke's Bay a few years ago. What was it like turning out in the Magpie colours, the same colours that your father played for?
Yeah, it was wicked, eh? Loved it. Getting home so the rents could come and watch most weekends, even though it was probably on the Pine for 70 minutes most games. It was still pretty cool to get the jersey on, and yeah, obviously the old man played in it, our uncle as well. Yeah, that's pretty cool, eh? Because all of us boys used to go down, watch the Magpies play every game. We used to stand behind the sticks and stay there for ages. So it's pretty cool. Obviously had the Rainfleet Shield as well, so the crowds were good. And it was a bloody good team, eh? Like we had Kurt Baker and Ash Dixon, some unreal players. I was able to rub shoulders with as a pretty young fella, so that helped me out a lot. Learning stuff and being around them.
You're a member of the wider squad for the Highlanders this season, Connor. Tell us about that experience at the professional level you got to experience.
Yeah, it's a good step up. I guess if you play an NPC, that's the goal, to get in one of those environments. It sort of came a bit later for me, getting on a bit now, but like the pre-season was pretty sick, eh? It was tough work, but it's definitely a level up. Just the learnings. The attack coach, Kenny Lynn, was another level. Just the way he talked to the boys and his detail around attack. So then you just learn so much in those trainings on field and in the classroom, eh? So I loved it. It was a bit of a shame that I got injured start of the year. So yeah, I sort of just turned to rehab for the rest of that campaign. But yeah, loved it, eh?
And Mitch, you being selected into the Lions squad, how did you find out? Were you surprised at first to be included in the squad?
I think if you asked me at the start of the year, I'd be quite surprised. But it all kind of moved quite quickly from being involved in that high performance, those high performance, and then kind of just having more and more conversations with the coaches and stuff. And then when they said that they were going to sign me, it was a pretty cool feeling, and knew a lot of work had to be done. But it was pretty cool. Kind of nod, get underway and then go into the pre-season stuff. So yeah, when I found out, I think it was in the changing rooms at Rugby League Park. But yeah.
Your partnership with Callum Harkin this season, of course, he is in the Lions as well. Do you think that was probably one of the reasons why you were selected into the Lions squad?
Oh yeah, I mean he's a bloody good first five, and he makes me look good at my job. So there's probably definitely a factor in it. And to be behind a big forward pack and some really talented backs outside me, it opens up a bit of space and creates an opportunity to have a bit of fun on the field. So yeah, absolutely, the OBU team was definitely part of that, and I'm hard as well.
What have you learned from that environment with Wellington, in particular with Coach Orlando Soakai?
What have I learned? A lot, a lot. I couldn't really put it into specifics, but there's a lot of. It's definitely a big jump up from club level in terms of, your strategy and the detail that goes into it each week, and skill wise and training. So I mean, Soaks is a great coach, and he has a lot of time for you to kind of walk you through it and definitely get you up to that level. But yeah, no, I've learned a heap. 6 or 7 weeks, so plenty more to go.
Connor, of course, you down in Southland, calling in from Invercargill. How did the move to the Deep South come about for you?
Just through injury. One of the halfbacks here, I think he tore his bicep during a game, and I was up with Hawke's Bay at the time, but I think Brad missed out on the World Cup, so he was back playing for them. And yeah, just got the message from panel, Matt Saunders down here, and said there's an opportunity. So I think I've been in behind Brad and Falau for quite a while up in the Bay, which was meant because I learnt so much, but I was getting to that stage where I just needed that game time. So I saw an opportunity, and I was able to get a few minutes down here, which I loved. And yeah, the Magpies actually ended up coming down and playing us in one of those games, so that was cool. To get some real good minutes and play them again.
What has been your best moment for the Stags to date?
Oh, the end of season 2 is pretty good. They know how to do it down here, mate. Best moment. Oh, I think as soon as you get down here, the boys work hard. They're in at HQ at 7 o'clock, and getting amongst it. Hookers are throwing, and boys are getting into their detail. I think this year they've done a pretty good job of recruiting in cool positions. So got a couple wins this year, which is good. Hopefully we're on the right track, moving up.
Particularly that win against Northland, that was an impressive result.
Yeah, it was. Showed a lot of ticker, especially after that first half. And that was a big one for us. Like coming in on the Monday was good. It's always good after a win. Good for the group. And they're excited for this weekend. But yeah, I'm not too sure what the best moment was. I'd say playing Hawke's Bay again was pretty cool. Yeah.
And there's a bit of competition in the halfback position at the moment. As mentioned, you're out injured at the moment, but seems to be some healthy competition there in that position at the moment down in Southland.
Yeah, for sure. So Connor Collins came down. He's played for Wellies and Canterbury. He's a good player. And Lockie Albert, he was Brumbies a couple of years ago. So some talent, and I guess that's what you want in those positions is competition. So we push each other. Jay Renton, he's a good 9 as well. And Mutta, he's another 9 down here. He's playing this week. So it's probably 5 9s in the environment at the moment, which is probably too many for most people's liking, especially the coach. You can imagine our unit meetings and stuff aren't too quiet.
No.
5 halfbacks in the room.
Oh, no. Could imagine, that's for sure. So now, Mitch, of course, Yeah, Mitch, you had a solid semi-final in the Jubilee Cup. Were you gutted to miss the final?
Yeah, I was gutted. It was a bit of a silly tackle too, so I was kind of kicking myself after that.
Cop of spray from Dad as well.
No.
More from you. Yeah. No, you gutted. You always want to play in those big games too, so bit of a shame, but hopefully we'll be back there next year.
Jubilee Cup final, of course, you couldn't play in it, as we just mentioned before, but the experience of seeing that final in action, tell us about what it was like from your perspective.
It was pretty nerve-wracking, but I felt like, because we'd already played Tawa, of course, in the first kind of knockout game, that we had like the extra life in, and I felt like we had a lot of firepower. The Tawa, and I thought if we could control the game well and kind of shift it to the edges, we'd do all right. And we managed to do that a few times in the game and score points and kind of take it out of reach. But it was, great game to watch, but it was a tough game to watch too. Yeah.
You both will be disappointed you're not out there playing at Jerry Collins tomorrow for, Connor in your case, Southland, and Mitch for Wellington. If you had that opportunity to play against each other, what advice would you be giving each other at scrum time?
To pull his socks up.
Yeah.
He never does, mate.
That's a lie.
If you're McLeod, you pull your socks up.
I always pull my socks up.
Oh, brilliant. Excellent. Now, Connor, you also got to play overseas as well. Cool. You've also got to play overseas as well, Connor, in the Major League Rugby for Utah. Tell us about that compared to New Zealand footy.
Yeah, Utah is pretty different from Invercargill. It's the Cops. Yeah, it's growing. It's got some good players heading over. Even for next year, there's some big names signing up. So they're doing well to recruit some good players there because they'll probably get a few more people watching. I think the level, it's probably not quite NPC yet. It's I'd say it's better than club, but the whole professionalism around it, like the day-to-days, it's pretty up there. The way you train and preview teams and that sort of thing. So yeah, I enjoy my time, mate. It's almost like a barbarian setup where these boys from different countries, got your Americans, which are pretty interesting, mate. And then you got we had South Africans and obviously a few Kiwis. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But again, it was good to get minutes. Just run out in the 9 jersey and get some real good minutes under my belt. I loved it. It's good.
Thoughts on tomorrow's game, both of you? Lions versus Stags. How are both teams prepping for this encounter? We'll start with Mitch on this one.
Thoughts? No, I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's our last game at Huddy Hui, so boys are definitely preparing well and ready for a big fight. Yeah.
And the Stags, Connor.
Yeah, we found some weaknesses for sure. So the boys are revved up. Looking forward to it. Good team, mate. Top of the table, you, Mitch?
Yeah, man. We haven't lost the game.
Yeah. It might be a bit relaxed up there, so we're top 8, mate.
Yeah.
We're top 8, we. It'd be a good test for us. It'd be a good test.
Now, of course, also this weekend, the Box and the ABs play each other again, this time in Cape Town. How do you think the All Blacks are going to respond after last weekend's loss? We'll start with Connor on this one.
It'll be pretty traditional, won't it? They'll be fired up, so I reckon, they'll get it done.
I think it's going to be a bloody good game to watch. Both teams. Close one for the South Africans to come back in that last 20, I guess. But what a game to watch.
Yeah.
And of course, what's the return to play like for both of you? Do we expect to see both of you back on the field in the NPC this season?
Nah, not for me. I'm just ticked over 5 months, and it's a 9-month return to play, so I'll be good to go sort of late November, early December. So yeah, still a while to go, which is a bit of a dagger, but Mitch sounds like he'll be back pretty soon, eh?
Yeah. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, should be good to go. Just been a little bit careful because I've had, but no, I'm feeling good, feeling free. Hopefully, can get back out there.
Get their headgear on.
No, a bit cheeky tonight. So, but Connor and Mitch, has been fantastic having you on the Hui tonight, and all the best for the rest of the season. Mitch, hopefully we'll see you back out there in the Lions colours soon, and Connor, hopefully in 2025 we'll see you back running on the paddock. Cheers for coming on, guys. Awesome work.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Thanks for having us. Enjoyed it.
Cheers.
So that is Connor and Mitch McLeod, two exciting halfbacks from the Hawke's Bay, both playing their trade around the country, and it has been a great interview with them tonight, getting to see how a rugby family can travel around New Zealand to make great success of it. And of course, as mentioned earlier in the broadcast tonight, the Wellington Lions are playing tomorrow at Jerry Collins Stadium at 2:05. They are taking on the Southland Stags, so that will be a great match indeed, that one. Wellington undefeated, and of course the Stags having that memorable win up in Whangarei last weekend, coming back from a first half deficit, so this would be a good one. And also the Wellington Pride, they're down in Dunedin tomorrow, same time as well, 2:05, playing Otago there in their Farapama Cup match. That would be a real good game as well, so tune in for that one as well. As always, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited, Louise Reddy, New Zealand Travel Brokers, and Jen Hickton Funeral Directors that have helped Huddy Sports this year in 2024. We've still got a bit of action left to go this year. We've got under 85 game next weekend. Nothing this weekend. It's our weekend off. I think we deserve a break after 11 events last week that we brought you on Huddy Sports YouTube. We'd like to thank College Sport Wellington as well, and also Fielding and Palmerston North last weekend for allowing us up at Massey University to bring you that game. Well, we also like to note that if you want to keep Huddy Sports free and live on YouTube, we're always on the lookout for sponsors or supporters. So head over to huddysports.co.nz, email us at huddysportsnz@gmail.com, or go to our socials, Facebook and Instagram. Those are the places to make contact with us. Well, we thought we'll finish tonight's Hui with the try-scoring highlights of last Saturday's playoff match for the Hurricanes' first 15 final between Fielding and Palmerston North. It was a win to Fielding, 15-14 in that final after trailing 14-3 to Palmerston at half-time. Today, they narrowly went down to Hamilton Boys High School in the top 4 semi-final, and Hamilton will play Nelson in the final on Sunday at Arena Manawatu. That, of course, they bet Kelston Boys in another tight tussle as well. So that will be the top 4 final on Sunday. That will be Nelson taking on Hamilton Boys High School. But here are the try-scoring highlights of last week's Hurricanes final between Fielding and Palmerston North Boys High School. That's been the Huddy Hui for tonight. I'm Brad Hudson. Ciao for now. Options here through Tailoa. Pick and go again. Oh, you just see there, it's down. It is down. First try for Palm. Now the Fielding bats can advance forward. Oh, stolen by Fielding.
But a great line.
Tailoa.
Go wide quick, they'll have them.
They're sniffing for a second try. Here's Phil Jowan. Phil Jowan's in! Try again. No, he couldn't get it.
I thought he would have been penalised for that. There we go.
Yeah, lucky not to be.
He will now, I'd say. Nope.
Oh, it's out over. Try for nearly there. Knocked on that time by Tuituma. An opportunity, a great opportunity for fielding.
Once again, one of the kicks in behind and just some more urgency. Get there on the full.
Johnson's got his hands on the ball. They're going to go for the old-fashioned tap and run. Johnson goes. He lunges. He's got the try. And